We are January 25. It's Saturday. Over here, it's 6 p.m. That means that it's lunchtime. It's midday in New York, and it's 9 a.m. in Los Angeles. The question of today is from Theresa, and she posted it in one of my other groups this week. And she wrote, I would appreciate clarification when a chronic condition exists and sessions on standard and specific points are done for 6 weeks. The condition improves from chronic to acute, but is not totally gone. Do you continue every 2 days? Advice, please. So what happens is the very first time you are going to do a session on standard points and the specific points of the chronic situation that's going on with your animal, it's you are bringing that, we are wakening up the situation. So what you have to remember is whatever happens, be it to you, be it to your animal, when something happens, you have an acute phase. And your body, brain included, is going to try to take care of that problem. So for some time, you, the body, the brain and body, the wholeness, is going to try to take care of whatever problem you're having. But at a certain moment, it's going to stop trying to heal it. And it's going to just accept it as being something that's there. And that's also, for example, when you go from an acute situation to a chronic situation, and the doctor or the vet will tell you, well, you see, this is chronic, this will be for the rest of his life or your life. You have to take these pills, these drugs to take care of the pain or to take care of the inflammation and so on. Now, when you are going to use photonic therapy for the very first time, for that chronic situation, let's just say your dog has hip dysplasia, and so it's really in pain. The very first time you are going to use photonic therapy, it's going to wake up the problem. So for that very first time, suddenly changes are going to happen in the body of your dog, and it's going to become acute again. And it can give, the very first time, it can give a little bit more pain, but that's normal. If you then torch him locally on mode 2, you will take that pain away. So don't worry about it. You're not going to hurt your animal even more. Don't worry about that. So what happens then is we have woken up the brain, let's call it this way in Western terms. You have woken the brain up, and the brain is going to start trying to heal the problem again, just because you have stimulated specific points. Now, as you know, whenever you have a chronic situation, you need to repeat these points every 2 days for at least 4 to 6 weeks. What happens then, if it's not totally gone, but the animal for the rest is doing really well, he's a lot better, you just go from every 2 days to every 3 days for a week or two. Then you go to twice a week, once a week, and health maintenance is only once every 2 weeks. You have to remember the following, and I'm going to use my own example. I have in both knees chondromalacia patellar. It's also called runner's knees. I've had this even before I found photonic therapy many, many years ago. And so for the last 11 years, since 11 years ago, the traumatologist told me they needed to put 2 protheses in my knees for the patella, new patellas. And so that's a chronic situation. And with the patellas, in my case, because I have grade 3 and 4, part of those patellas were eaten up. They're like sanding paper. They're not smooth like an eggshell. They're like sanding paper. So every step you would do would be. That's why they said we have to take that patella out and put a prothese in and replace your patellas. So of course, I am no longer torturing myself every 2 days. For me, it's chronic. I will have it as long as I have these kneecaps. I will have that situation. But no, I just torture myself once every 2 weeks and I'm just fine. Because I've done the project of starting every 2 days, going for at least 6 weeks, and then slowly building down. And if now today I would do stupidity and I would hurt myself, of course I will take my torch and I will torch locally just to relieve that pain and to avoid any inflammation growing there. But otherwise, you can just build down like with any situation. You start with every 2 days. Even if you're strong and healthy and you just want to use it as a prevention, just do it for a few weeks every 2 days to build up that immune system, to fill up all the mitochondria in your cells with the necessary energy so you have a strong adenosine triphosphate system. And then you just start to build down, going from every 2 days to every 3 days, then to twice a week, then to once a week, and health maintenance is just once every 2 weeks. So once every 2 weeks is what you could say for the rest of my life, but that's fine. I mean, I don't have to take drugs. I don't have any side effects from those drugs because I'm not taking them, because I can do everything with the red light. That's it for today. Thank you. Have a great weekend. And for those who are interested, tomorrow I have another masterclass about the equine assessment blueprint. Bye for now.